ARV family, keep it high, keep it tight. My name is Jay Morser, Review Guy, and I'm back again to bring you another video. I hope you're just having the most wonderful day in your little corner of the world. And today, we are going to be doing an album review of Kamikaze by Eminem. The album that no one thought was going to drop because was there anything hyping this album up? And I think that works in its favor. I'll say that in advance. So, I wake up today, and I have some DMs from my friends on Discord. I have a couple DMs on YouTube. And then I watch a stream and someone mentions it. And I find out that Eminem dropped an album last night. And man, that's very unexpected. And I have to say that, I think it works in its favor, to be honest. Because I feel like bringing in this element of surprise and just dropping this bombshell album. And boy, is it a bombshell album. Out of nowhere, really does work in its favor. So we got a 13-track affair, 45 minutes. I immediately listened to this as soon as I got the news to film this review for you guys. And man, the emotions that I'm feeling are so raw because if you didn't know, Revival dropped last year, and it was one of the most worst received Eminem albums ever, right up there with Recovery. I mean, he took the concept from Recovery and Relapse, was it? Two of his worst albums, and he decided to make a third part for whatever reason, and it featured some really just overblown pop rap blends that didn't do much in the way of anything. And while his lyrics were still sharp at times, they were also borderline ridiculous at times, and it wasn't the Eminem that a lot of people knew. But damn, Marshall Mathers released an amazing album with Kamikaze. This is a banger album. I just have to come right out of the gate and say that. And it is really encapsulated in the 10th song on the album, Kamikaze, the self-titled song, where you get him talking about kind of this spoken word bit saying that last year it didn't really work out that well, and I know that. And you have this almost Slim Shady beat hanging in the background, as well as these Slim Shady type voices saying what's the word that was used? Backlash. It was backlash. I can't even make out a lot of what it's saying, but it's just in the background. He's like, backlash, hatred. And it's really Slim Shady-esque, this track. And in general, this album has some of Eminem's best flows and lyrics in a while. He tackles a lot of important subjects, and it's obvious he is self-conscious not only about his own belief system, but as well as his own career in general, as he's been this massive success for so long, and how he did get that backlash. It was obvious that with this album, he really did take a step back. And like I said, I feel like not hyping this album up, not making it be a surprise to the public, I think it's his way of saying, I didn't want to hype this up because I didn't want people to say, oh no, Revival was so bad, and kind of go into it with such a bad skewed vision that you were going to have this predisposition to hate the album even if it really was great. And that's something you really shouldn't do, is make assumptions about an album before you listen to it. Because if you end up doing that, you're going to let yourself down with a lot of albums, this being one of them. Because, boy, Kamikaze is a thrill ride. These tracks feature some great guest vocalists, some great lyricism, and honestly some of Eminem's best flows he's had in a while. On the opening track, The Ringer, this epic 5-minute track just blows by in just this fury of this half staccato, half just on pitch flow, where Eminem just sounds vicious. And on this whole album, he sounds so cold-blooded, so just vicious, but also vulnerable at times. He really is taking a metaphorical, maybe a literal step back and considering everything that led him up to this point and why Revival was so ill-received, and really returning to the fact that I think now he knows that he needs to return to his roots. And on this album, I think he does. And Eminem's in top form, and I pray to God he sticks with this formula, because I enjoy experimentation. But at the same time, when he comes through with albums like these, they really do work out well. And this album was a surprise. I had plans today. I had an album review. I have a whiteboard over there, and I have, like, all the plans for this channel for, like, the week and all that. And, like, I had plans, but I had to just throw that out the window for now and do a review of this album, because while it is completely unorthodox for me to just, like, randomly review things, usually I plan things out, you know, I gotta give this album a 10 out of 10, because so much built up to this moment where Eminem was having to build his reputation back up from the ground. And from the reception that I've seen of this album, although I've tried to steer clear of a lot of reviews, man, he really has returned to a lot of his great glory with this album. And for this being like his 13th album, like, I'll look real quick, one sec. Is it 10th studio album, excuse me, even 10th. He's done 10 albums, and this really is, in my opinion, going to go down as an Eminem classic, because it's just, it's strong, it's powerful, it's vicious. The political statements when he's talking about Trump and stuff, I mean, it all just works out so well. And I have to say, good job. And I want to know what you guys think, as usual, so please tell me in the comment section below what you thought of this album. Like, comment, subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and I'll talk to you guys next time. But until then, my name is Jay Morse, the Review Guy, and I'm signing off saying farewell.